I'm pregnant, but my boyfriend says he's not ready to be a dad. Ashley, I'm 28 and 6 weeks pregnant. My boyfriend is 30, and we've been together for almost 2 years. I told him the news, and his first reaction was, "Are you sure you want to keep it?" He's not abusive or anything, but his energy has completely shifted. He said he's not ready for a kid, and having a baby would ruin our freedom. Whew. I want the baby, but I'm scared of doing this alone. Should I break up with him now and prepare to be a single mom, or give him time to come around?
What? Why would you break up with him if you're scared of being alone? I'm confused. What?
It's a lot. It sounds like she wants to keep it. He doesn't. She's scared to be alone, but it sounds like she's not going to divorce.
He wanted her to have a baby. Okay,
he said it's going to ruin our
I misheard.
Freedom.
Yeah, ruin our freedom. That sounds like no.
Oh, okay.
And she sounds like, yeah.
2 years, they never talked about having children. Statement. I don't get it. Did they not talk about children?
How long have they been together?
I feel like at some point
you talk about kids within that early of a period of time.
I want to know if
I'm hitting raw.
Yeah, I need to know what's happening.
If I hit raw, we gotta have that question. That's the first question I'm gonna ask. You want kids?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
What you think about kids? Cause look, I'm gonna get mine. It's happening. So get ready. Like, you feel me? You know what I mean? I will get the plan B. I ain't got no problem. I'll do the 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 when CVS open.
Do you know that doesn't work if you weigh over a certain amount?
Hey, don't say that. You jinxing.
What you talking about, plan Bs?
Mm-hmm. Like if you weigh over 140 pounds, it's not guaranteed.
That's true.
To be 100%.
Yeah, you gotta take 2 of them hoes. Don't look.
Not you knowing from, that is not funny. Not you knowing from experience.
It's $45. It costs $90.
Wait. Why are you saying no from experience? I just heard that through the internet.
You said no. Yep, you gotta double up. You responded real quick. Like, yep, got it.
Yeah, trust.
I've heard through the internet that you're supposed to take multiple if, and it's that could be bad for your uterus health.
I didn't hear multiple. I just heard that it doesn't work.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if taking 2 will
miracle
work.
Miracle baby. It is what it is. But like.
Shit, you take 4 of them and you might still have a baby. They're not guaranteed.
I feel like if you really want this child and you can support the child and you're ready to be a single mom, do what you got to do. But if you are not ready to be a single mom and you're not going into it with the mindset that you will be doing this alone, because he's been very clear that you will be doing this alone, then I think you need to do what's best for you and your future and leave that man.
Why y'all let dudes hit raw and y'all don't want their kids?
It doesn't sound like she doesn't want it. It sounds like he doesn't want it.
But why, don't go into it and you have like, I don't understand having a question mark around does he want kids and then letting them hit raw.
What do you mean?
Like,
oh, you mean like they never discuss it? Like it's never discussed. Like
I'd be like,
how would you like? There's never been a conversation of how would you feel if we had kids, and they don't even talk about it, and it's just like, yeah, you keep hitting it raw. I don't care. Just
I've never been with a female and then she was like, yeah, I don't want your kids, and I didn't hit raw. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of.
I don't think anybody goes into it with I want your babies. I think people be.
I think most of the time
having the moment.
I think most of the time they just be like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. I'd have a kid with him at the moment in time.
I don't think people think about it. Like I've never thought like I want to have your children. I think it's a thing
because I don't want to be like.
Sure, I don't know
how women think.
But that's why you have to be on birth control.
Nah, you be in the midst of it and you be like, damn.
I don't know how women think in that situation. Me personally, if I go in raw, I think about the girl could she had my kids for real. When I was younger, I didn't. Obviously, when I was like 19, she's 28.
So when you think about it, is this happening before or is this while?
No, this is before. Like I'll be like, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
But think about how many people say they hate their baby moms or they hate their baby dads, or it was a one-off, or like we broke up and then did it. Like clearly people aren't thinking about these things.
People don't think, but it's like
of the moment.
They were together 2 years, 28. I would think they would have a conversation. This ain't no one night stand. Like y'all been together for how long?
But 28, like we don't know their circumstances. They could be just getting out of college. They could be
28
if they're in med school.
We
don't know what they're doing.
My opinion, that's even worse. Like I don't know what they're doing.
I don't think they in med school.
Hell no.
They could be pre-law. They could be a lot of stuff. Started college late. I don't know. Doctorate program, master's program.
If you in that kind of programs, you in that kind of situation, you're not thinking on that kind of scale.
You're not thinking about your future for real.
Yeah, you tripping. Like, what are you doing?
I don't think that's fair. I think men have a very like one-sided way of how they see things, and birth control is not guaranteed. I have friends that got pregnant on birth control. I have friends who had it like in her arm and was like 4 months pregnant when they took it out and she found out she was pregnant. Like then. And at that point, you can't do anything.
I mean, with that, you can't.
So really, I think it's really easy to be like, oh, you should think of this and this, but that's not the reality.
Okay, if that's the situation, I get that. But if it's
we don't know.
But we talking about he's more so just talking about you not on birth control, you ain't got no IUD, nothing.
But with her, all she said is that they got pregnant. So based on this,
I feel like that's assuming, right? Towards your situation, just like we're assuming towards ours.
Right,
all we can do.
For this, what I'm saying is like, if you got pregnant, clearly the conversation wasn't had, and now it's like, I don't want you to have it, and she wants to have it. Where are you now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's a weird situation where it's like, we should have been talked about, do we want kids?
But just because you want kids doesn't mean that you want them today.
But it's like, I don't know.
So maybe they have a different lifestyle.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. I've had times where I did it, and I didn't want kids with the girl. But I was just...
in the moment.
We all did.
I was in the moment, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, 28, I feel like at that point, it's like, 2 years. I've been with her for 2 years. We ain't never had a conversation of what if we had kids like today. And like, I don't know, I don't want kids, right? Because she seemed like she was surprised by his answer. That's my thing.
She does. She seems very surprised.
That makes no sense to me.
So maybe he told her he wanted kids, and now he's saying no.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what kind of situation is that where you were surprised that he doesn't want kids?
So if that's the case and he's surprised, what should she do?
Get rid of the kid. I don't believe in being a single mother. I don't think that's beneficial for her. I think it's a lot of stress
for anybody.
I think if you can afford it, you should be. I don't think
anybody can afford being a single mom.
Yes, they can.
You better be rich.
That is such a blanket statement. Yes,
I think it
better be rich.
It's a lot going on with that. I'm not obviously not a mother. You know what I'm saying? But I would not suggest that.
I mean, I think most men are going to say that though. Like, I think as men, we're going to probably say
I think it's very hard to raise
not be a single mom.
I think a
lot of women though, I think you guys will say, yeah, I'll be that single mom because
I think it goes either way. If you can afford to have a child and have your lifestyle and have a child that has a support system, because it sounds like your partner's not going to be involved, then yes, have the baby, but go into it under the impression that you are a single mom.
It's a stigma.
Because he was not the stigma. I don't care about the stigma. I'm saying in terms of you are going to be giving birth alone. You are going to have that child alone. You're going to be dealing with birthdays alone, holidays alone. Like, you are a single mom. If you don't have daycare, if you don't have the funds, if you don't have the family support, you are a single mom and all that encompasses. If you cannot financially, mentally, and physically do that, then no. Yes, if you can do it, yes. If not, then I would suggest, you don't have that child. Because you wouldn't want to have it and then be like, well, this your baby. That's kind of crazy. Because that's
what happens.
And I wouldn't want my child around somebody that does not want my kid and does not like me and doesn't that's a setup for failure. That's how you
gotta be, but that's what you just said is kind of what happens.
So that, I think those are your options. Either have it and be ready and embrace everything that single motherhood has to offer, or don't. But I think if you don't, you should leave him, because it sounds like you want to have children and you want to have a family, and I don't think you're going to be able to get past that.
They've been together for 2 years. She done had a baby. I mean, if he really liked you, he would have accepted that. Maybe it's something that he would have to come to terms with. But if he likes you, he would be okay with having a kid with you. Like, if y'all been together for 2 years, you having a kid,
But having a kid is more than just being together for 2 years. Like,
no, that's true. That means you're locking down. But if y'all been dating for 2 years and he doesn't see a future with you, why are y'all together still? You know what I mean?
Sounds like it's time to go, sis.
So it's like, what are you dating for? Are you just dating for fun for 2 years? I feel like you don't date somebody for fun for 2 years. After 2 years, you're going to figure it out. No.
Sounds like it's time to skedaddle either way. Good luck. I wish you and your child or not child the best. Sounds like it's a rough situation.
Most definitely.
If you guys have any more Ask Ashleys, feel free to email me or comment below.